Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the PHNX Wildcat Show. Shout out to OG's Brands, the official sponsor of Flavoring Fridays. You all know that it's Ben One White's Day with the fruits and the creams. Head on over to ogsbrands.com to see their full lineup, including their newest gummies, the OG's Naturals, and the Big OGs, to find out where you can purchase. All right, now joined by a man that is more into the creams than the fruits, Mr. Jason Scheer. Hello, Jason Scheer. How are you doing?
Splendid, Michael. How are you?
Right. We've got a lot to get to this show, a lot to get to. We are going to talk, let's see, we're going to do our Big 12 power rankings. We're going to talk about the games at McHale. We are also going to talk about what it's going to take to usurp Kansas as the big dog on the Big 12 block. And, Greg Thompson, where Arizona is not better than Kansas yet when you tune in and tell me that they are. So, now, let's get to, but first, let's talk a little bit of Arizona. Let's talk a little bit of Arizona basketball. Big news in the MNBA draft yesterday. You had Pelle Larsson. That was picked 44. Scheer, what say you?
Big dub for Scheer. Big Scheer dub. Pelle getting drafted.
All right, but he's also got to make it though.
But the NBA is different. Don't they all make it for a year?
He's got to be Mountain, more into creams than the fruits is an all-time quote. I believe, yes, I do agree with this. But
it's a good fit for Pelle. I think that's important. I said the other day I didn't think Pelle would have like a 10-year career, but I like the fact that the Heat drafted him. I think the Heat obviously have a long success with players that they draft and all that. So I feel better about Pelle's chances than I did.
Right. I agree. Now, Joseph says, who's the U of A connection with the Heat? To my knowledge, there is no U of A connection. They just liked Pelle Larsson and they like Keyshawn Johnson. And let's be honest, if you're one of those players, you would probably want to go there as well because there is a nice little there's a nice track record. Miami Heat get players late, and guess what they do? They find out that they can play. Look at Jaime Jaquez, for example. Jaime Jaquez, and then you look at some of these other guys. They get a lot of spare parts that turn into good players, like Caleb Martin or Cody Martin, whichever one. Cody James Martin, whoever it was. They get a lot of those guys. Max Strus, players like that. Can Pelle become Max Strus?
Sure. Why not?
Right.
What? Max Strus doesn't do anything. What does he do?
I know he stinks. So
the Cavs now, I think he averages like 10 points a game now. Yeah.
So you think Pelle can be all right? You're calling Pelle to be a double-digit scorer in the NBA. I like it. Now Joseph says Scheer has been using this comparison all time. You think that Keyshawn is going to be Bam 2.0, correct, Scheer?
Who's the what? No. What?
I thought you said that earlier.
Bam 2.0. Isn't Bam like? How big is Bam?
Bam's like 6'8", 6'9".
Bam plays like Bam's 6'9". Who was it? I was watching a podcast and they mentioned Michael Beasley. Remember Michael Beasley?
Yeah. You think that's Keyshawn?
No. He was on a podcast and they said Michael Beasley has like a reputation as being amazing one-on-one. And he claims, and it's probably a false claim, but he claims the only guy that's beaten him clearly one-on-one was Bam. That if Bam was allowed to do more, he would be a top 10 player in the NBA.
Well, Bam's really good. He'd probably be even better than that. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, Michael Beasley, when you think of when you think of great basketball players, when you think of guys that just had that
intuition. Bam would be.
Now, the problem, no, I don't.
Bam averages 19, 10, and 4. Yeah. I love Keyshawn, but
Pelle is not a better dribbler than Christian Brown, or however it is pronounced. Just not.
No.
Okay. All right. Now we've got a lot down. We're going to talk a lot about, like I said, we got a lot of different things to get to. We're going to talk the McHale schedule, dethroning Kansas, but we're going to do our Big 12 power rankings. Oh, and the Utah Jazz and Filipowski. Generally, Scheer is the one that's on the inside on all of this stuff. I had to call Scheer, and the lovely Erica L. Day called him as well and told him that he was wrong on something. Scheer had no clue about the backstory of Kyle Filipowski, that he was that basically it seemed like he was tanking workouts so he could go to the Jazz because of he wanted to hang out with his girlfriend, Scheer.
Yeah, you made that part up, Mike.
No, it's been everywhere.
No,
they said he was incredibly uncomfortable. All of that stuff.
That's they said taking a workout. They said here's the exact thing that they said. And then if you could prove to me that he tanked the workout, I'll apologize. They said that any NBA team that brought up the girlfriend, Filipowski shut down because he was embarrassed or didn't want to talk about it or whatever.
Yeah, but the Utah Jazz did not seem to have that problem.
Well, yeah.
All right, just saying. Now, let's get to some Big 12 power rankings. This is going to be very, very fun. I was looking at this earlier. I have Arizona. I am backing the A more than I think some folks might be backing the A next year. I think it's going to be a little bit of a how do I put this? All right, let's just start. Let's talk about the 5 teams that really, really matter here, and then we will work backwards from there. And so the first one is, who do you have at 5, Scheer?
Let's see. Arizona.
You have Arizona at 5, huh? Interesting. I have Arizona higher than that.
Well, let me see. I know you gave me an assignment. I didn't do it, Mike. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, I was going to say
we would work our way down. I have Arizona. No, 4.
Oh, you got Arizona at 4. Okay. I've got Arizona. I do not have Arizona at 4. I have Arizona ahead of that. Guess who I have?
5. I have Iowa State.
Okay, 5, I have Iowa State as well. Now, listen, they return almost everybody. Now, the one thing that is interesting about them, though, is that they do not generally play great away from home. They do bring in your guy, St. Mary's transfer Joshua Jefferson. This is a good team. This is a really, really good, solid team. I do not know what their upside necessarily is, but it is a good, solid team. I do think that Arizona has a next level, though, that maybe Iowa State does not necessarily possess, Jason Scheer.
Yeah, the issue, I think Iowa State is really good and they're solid, but like you mentioned, I don't know what that upside is. Like, I think they're going to be a very good team. You know, you take a look at their roster, they return pretty much everyone. I think Deshaun Jackson's the only starting transfer that they landed, but they landed 4 transfers. Lindsey is good, Curtis Jones is good, Gilbert's good. I mean, that's the thing is, they've got the experience. It's just a matter of can they reach that next level.
All right, now I've got at number 4, I have the Houston Cougars, my friends, the Houston Cougars. Now, here's where I'm going with this. You might say, Mike Luke, you're being an idiot. You're generally right. But on this one, I don't think I am. I think, listen, I love the lineup. You got LJ Cryer, you got Emmanuel Sharp, you got Jawan Roberts, you got Javier Francis, pronounced the traditional way of, or spelled the traditional way of JA''Vier, Javier. But just like Javier Amos. But here's my concern with them is I don't know that they're going to be able to score. You saw that against Duke when Jamal Shead, let's be honest here, Jamal Shead was an amazing, amazing basketball player in college. When Jamal Shead went out of that game against Duke, they literally couldn't score. You replace him with Milos Uzan, who I don't think a ton of. I'm actually with Scheer on this one. I worry a little bit. I worry about their scoring, to be honest with you. I really do. That to me is their one question mark. I know you got Cryer, but I don't think a lot of Milos Uzan.
Yeah, but they couldn't score last year either.
Yeah, but they had Jamal Shead. It was a lot different having Jamal Shead and Milos Uzan.
I think a big deal with them is going to be how healthy Terrence Arsenault is. Correct. If he can come back and be as offensively talented as they think he is, I think they're going to be better. My 4 team right now. Man, this is tough.
It is tough. This is so fantastic. I was looking at this last time. I tried everything to push Arizona up to 2. I couldn't do it, though.
Because to me, it's Kansas 1 and then like 4 teams, right? Like, whatever. Like, there's any.
What is
it? Let's go. Well, yeah, we could go Houston at 4.
All right. Well, no,
Houston. It's between. I'm going to go Baylor at 4. Baylor at 4.
Interesting. Well, you're not necessarily a huge Scott Drew fan, so it makes sense. By the way, we're looking in the comments. Eric L. Day, what is wrong with bald people, Eric L. Day? Jason Scheer is looking right at you.
Yeah. What did Jared McCain do to Brian? I think he got the wrong name. I don't think it's Brian Jeffries.
Yeah, all right. Yes. Yeah, because Brian Jeffries, that is a good way to get everybody on your bad side if you bash Brian Jeffries. Hey, let me ask you this. is there a more untouchable person in the entire Tucson community than Brian Jeffries? Like, and deservedly so. Like, if you say something bad about Brian Jeffries, you deserve to go away.
Yeah, we'll take care of you. How about that?
Yeah, we will never let anybody besmirch the GOAT, because the GOAT is he is our treasure. He is nobody else's treasure. All right, now
I've heard Erica goes around just making fun of people with alopecia. That's what I've heard.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is yes, there is absolutely.
What shirt are you wearing now? What
What's
shirt
that?
is that? What shirt is
Sure.
that?
A buddy of mine that's an author. I got a good shirt. I wore it yesterday as well. Okay, now let's get back to these Big 12 rankings, though. All right, at number 3, I have the University of Arizona. I am back in the A. I think that Arizona. I believe that this is going to be Tommy Lloyd's best team. Now, you might say, Mike, you say that every year. No, I did not say it every year. His second year, I did not say that. But I will say that I think this is his best combination. And I am very, very excited about going into the Big 12 with a perimeter of Caleb Love, KJ Lewis, and Jaden Bradley. I'm a little bit nervous up front. Because I don't know exactly how Mount Crevis is going to be. I think he's going to be fine, but I'm still very excited about this.
Yeah, I think you can make a case for Arizona as low as 5, because I still think you're good if you're 5th in the Big 12, and as high as 3. It's really hard for me to. 1, I don't think there's any case. 2, I think it gets a little iffy. I still have questions with Arizona that I want to see.
What are your biggest questions about Arizona? What are your biggest questions about the A?
I get nervous if Jaden Bradley gets in foul trouble. Caleb Love at the backup point just doesn't really do it for me. I wonder about the flow of the offense if that happens. How good is a guy like Del Orso? Is he? Right. How good is I like Trey Townsend, but the Big 12 is different, right?
I have more. What's funny? I have more questions about Trey Townsend Mount Crevis than I do Trey Townsend. Trey Townsend to me has a big enough sample size against really good teams.
That's fair.
With by the way, is Erica L. Day okay? This is very odd out of Erica Day. L. Day taking a lot of shots at people. Don't get it. But either way, all right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wow, Erica's just
just killing people. But go ahead.
Yeah, look. I have questions about every team. You questions about Houston, all that. I just Arizona. It's difficult to pick them number 1 in the Big 12.
Yeah, I can't pick.
And the last thing we want, Mike, is to come off as homers.
No. Well, when you look at me, you know what my favorite thing is when I'll get some rival fan bases. They're like, "Dude, you are so biased for the team you cover." Duh. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, duh. But we back the A around here, just like Bear 520 down, back the A. Okay. So I have Arizona at 3. You have Arizona at are you really putting Arizona at 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Now at number 2, you have Baylor, my friend. You have Baylor. Interesting. The you have Houston at number 2. I have Baylor at number 2. Why do you like Houston more than Baylor?
Is that what I said?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the only, unless you don't have Houston in your top 5. Maybe you're going ASU at 2.
I thought I had Baylor. I don't know. No, I thought.
No, you already said Baylor. Baylor.
Yeah. I just like Houston's defense. I think they're going to be one of the best defense. I do have questions about Jamal Shedd. Crier's really good. Sharp is really good. They're old. I think that's the big thing. Always especially in the Big 12, they're older. They're going to be physical. They're going to defend. It's that type of play travels. I just think they're a solid program.
All right. Here's why I like Baylor at number 2. I like their point guard a lot more. I do think Jeremy Roach is very good. I love their perimeter, to be honest with you. Jeremy Roach, Jaden Nunn, and then you got the uber ultra 5-star VJ Edgecombe. Great name. But here's where I think it gets a little interesting. Normad Omir, somebody I had never heard of until I looked up his stats, and he averaged like 19 and 10 at Miami or something.
You don't even know his name.
What's that?
You don't even know his name.
Norchad Omir.
Yeah, from Miami. He's good. He's legitimately good. That's a big pickup for them. I forgot they got him. Yeah, their power forward is too. I think they're. I do have questions. I'm not a big Langston Love guy, but I guess
coming off the bench though.
No, who's their starting 4?
Jalen Celestine.
He's not a 4.
Jalen Celestine is starting, my friend.
No, he's not.
That's what they have him. Oh, I am looking at this right now. They have him starting. Jalen Celestine.
Who's they?
The 24/7 account that I'm looking at. Blame 24/7.
Yeah, I don't think they're starting.
All right. Well, either way. All right.
Langston, Edgecombe, Love, and O'Meara. I don't think.
Well, go ahead. I'm just telling you what they have. I think Langston Love is better as well, but go ahead. Maybe I'm old fashioned.
I don't know. Celestine does nothing for me, to be honest.
No, I agree. But I do like their other 4 a lot more, though. I like their other that 4 to me is really, really good. And getting a Norchad O'Meara, that's really good. By the way, let's see here, Joseph. I have one pet peeve, and Joseph is one of the all-time best people on here. We love Joseph a great deal, but Joseph, I'm going to admonish you. Joseph says, thanks to Mike, I've been in an argument with some people in my family that say Sean Elliott would embarrass RJ if the hypothetical 88 for so 1 game happened. Listen, Sean Elliott is definitely better than RJ. He would get his, but I think 0-1 would win that game by 7 or 8 points. But, Joseph, Sean Elliott has 2 T's. We cannot let this go. We cannot let this go, Joseph. Come on. You're a GOAT. We expect more from the GOATs. So, all right, I got Baylor 2. You got Houston at 2. We both got Kansas at number 1. I would love to be wrong on this one, but I think Kansas is the Kansas is the best team in the country. Love to be wrong on that. Bear 5-2-0 down. You can definitely take me to the woodshed on that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, they got Harris at the point, who I don't think is all that great, but he's old and he's good enough. They brought in Zeke Mayo, who's awesome. They brought in AJ Storr, who's awesome. They returned Dickinson. They added a bench guys like Ryland Griffin. They're good. I just think they have every piece that they need.
Yeah, no, they have a lot of pieces, and they got the dude coming off the bench as well. But here's my next question. What does it take? What is it going to take for Arizona to usurp Kansas as the top dog in the Big 12? Because when you look at Kansas, they do a lot of things that are just really, really well. I mean, you've got first of all, I think Bill Self is probably the best. I think he's probably the best roster constructor in all of college basketball, and that he always has the pieces always seem to fit. And he's a very savvy recruiter. He doesn't always just rely on the 4-star kids. He brings in sometimes 2- and 3-star kids that turn into absolute All-Americans. Your Frank Masons, your Devontae Grahams, players like that. He's a great developer of talent. What does Arizona need to do to be able to catch and then usurp Kansas?
Yeah, and it's really tough because let's say Kansas has an off year like they did last year. Bill Self goes to the NIL people and says, look, I need a lot of money, and he gets it within 5 minutes, like you did this year with Storr and Mayo and all that. It's tough, man. Like it's just I think they got to do it right away. Like I think they got to this year they got to beat Kansas.
They got to go into Fog Allen and beat them.
Yeah, like they got to send a message like we're here, right? And if they don't do that, if they go into Fog Allen and get killed, Kansas is going to be telling people about that. I think that Arizona needs to finish very strong in the Big 12 right away to kind of announce like, hey, we're here. We're going to stay here. Kansas is good. We're not stupid, but we're going to be right there with them.
I think the other thing that's very, very important for Arizona in this is that some of the things that I think you could get away with in the Big 12 or in the Pac-12, you can't get away in the Big 12. There's a couple things. Like I said, I always have to preface this by saying I hope Tommy Lloyd's here for 500 years. But there's a couple things that I think you really need to keep in mind. I don't think you can get away with playing favorites in the Big 12. I think with and I'll use Kylan Boswell as an example. I don't think having a player who you don't know exactly where he's at in any given game, physically or mentally, you can't just go into each game saying, no matter what, we're going to give you 20 minutes per game. I don't think that that's going to work in the Big 12. I really don't.
No, it's not. And my biggest criticism of Tommy is that he hasn't been tough enough on players at times. And, you take a look at the best teams in the country and they'll bench you in a heartbeat, right? Like you gotta succeed. They'll love you, but they'll bench you at the same time. And I think Tommy is. It's all about winning. It's a winning business.
Because here's the thing:
Tommy needs to realize.
Here's what I would ask. Outside of his odd fake hair, I would ask myself, what would Bill Self do? Bill Self's not telling a player like Boswell, yeah, you're going to play 20 minutes per game no matter what you do. You got to be able to earn it. You've got to be able to be out there. The other thing too, and again, we're talking about things. I don't think that and he's doing a much better job of this, but I don't think that you can put roster filler in there just to be nice. I don't think you can have 3 international guys that aren't going to ever be able to play for you. That to me is also something. I think you've got to have a roster of players that at some point down the line they're going to be able to be good for you.
Yeah. And I think he's doing a better job, but at the same time, we look and there's still a couple guys, that are, there's still a couple guys that are on the roster that are roster filler. I mean, let's just be honest. We know who they are.
They are.
And that's the one thing I'll give Tommy credit, not the one thing, but one of the things I'll give Tommy credit is he adjusts. He sees the situation and he adjusts to it. So I think if he goes in this first year in the Big 12 and realizes the roster filler type of stuff isn't going to work, he'll adjust to it.
Right. And I think up front, this is where I very much like getting Tobe Awaka. I think players like Tobe Awaka are built for the Big 12. I don't know. And again, I think that Mount Crevis is going to be very good. But Mount Crevis, I still have some question marks about. I do have about Tobe Awaka as well. But Awaka at that 6'8", 245, doesn't he very much have a feel of a Houston Baylor type big man, Scheer?
Yeah, he feels exactly like a Houston power forward would look, like a Juwan Roberts type. Where to look, he's not going to be the biggest guy, but he's going to go out there. He's going to battle. Juwan Roberts is 6'7", 240.
Right.
You're not pushing him around, and he'll foul the crap out of you if he needs to and send a message.
I'm also very enthused about I think the physicality, and I agree with you. I think that Arizona doesn't necessarily need to beat Kansas, but they need to go in there and they need to play them very, very tough. And they need to be able to announce their arrival that they are clearly one of the handful of best teams in the conference. You can't finish 7th or something like that. You've got to come in right away. You've got a really good roster. You got Bradley, you got Lewis, you got Love. You've got a roster that is ready to rock and roll right now.
Yeah.
And you mentioned NIL as well. Arizona to me can get the players that it needs to be able to get. I don't think that it's, there's some of the shortcomings that maybe you would have with football, but again, I think roster construction is going to be very big. And that's where I just come back to the, can't have roster filler as much. Here's where I'm at with this. And this is the best way that I can put it. We can't continue to have debates about who's going to score more career points, Philly B or Conrad Martinez. As fun as they are, we can't continue to have those debates.
No, it's fun though.
It is fun, but you know what I'm saying though. And I think you would agree with me. Now, something else that you would agree with me as well, the fruits and the creams. Okay. Now, like we talked about, Ben One White, our good friend Ben One White, a huge fan of the fruits and the creams. Jason Scheer generally only goes with the creams. So, and Erica L. Day can confirm this, that when she met Ben One White, all he talked about was the fruits and the creams. It was insane. But to learn more about OG's gummies and where you can find them, head on over to ogsbrands.com. Must be 21 years or up to enjoy responsibly. Did you know also with the fruits and the creams, Scheer, that this is local? You are supporting local if you buy OG's, especially. It's good stuff.
I did not know that. Now I'm all in.
Now, I think the other thing that is also very, very good about OG's is they are natural. Naturals are vegan gummies made with live rosin, available in a sweet clementine flavor. Do you like clementines?
Love them.
Yes.
Love clementines.
Very, very good stuff. We very much like those. So again, check it out, OGs. Be like Ben One White. Be like Jason Scheer or Erica L. Day. All kinds of great stuff. And what else do we got here? Chicken and pickle. Here's the deal with chicken and pickle, my friends. Now, you might say, Tommy Lloyd, that guy likes pickleball. Duh. He also probably likes chicken. Duh. Who doesn't like either one of those?
Nobody. You're not a human being. If you don't like pickleball, you like chicken.
Yes.
If you don't like chicken, you like pickleball.
And the thing about it, too, is that you can absolutely get both of these at the same spot at Chicken and Pickle. Now, our good friend Erica Alday has been there as well with Chicken and Pickle. Check it out. All kinds of good stuff there. And again, this is another one where you can head on over to chickenandpickle.com to see all the fun things that you can have at the Glendale location. Friday trivia night was fantastic. We did not go, but that was because Jacob Franklin would not let us sit with him. And so, but it was still a very good time by all accounts. Chicken and Pickle. Plus, I like the name Chicken and Pickle.
Stop
so check it out. What's that?
He just told you to stop
whining.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Dennis Walsh even noticed, but you can't sit with the great Jacob Franklin at Chicken and Pickle. That is true. That is true.
I didn't even. Hey. Here, how about this, guys? I didn't even have a seat because we were so full. There was 0 tables left. I stood the whole time.
Okay. All right. Well, you stood. Okay.
Well, that's not fair to the other people. They probably couldn't see the screens if you're standing in front of them.
Listen,
nice.
man.
You're 6. What are you, 6'12"?
He's 6'10". So, all right, Jacob Franklin, you're dismissed. See ya. Yeah, Armando Duarte says, low key, Jacob is a hater. Yes, Jacob is a hater. Jacob is a hater.
Hate Mike. The world should always know that I do hate Mike Luke.
What place did you finish in, Jacob?
Yeah, what place
did you
participate? Oh, by the way, Max Simpson, who makes everything go, by the way, Max Simpson, the great Max Simpson. Yeah, Jacob in his 7-foot frame stood all right, and he whined the entire time. I could see Jacob
Listen, Max is literally sitting right next to me. Max is sitting right next to me.
We have boots. Who cares if he's sitting right next to you? We have boots on the ground there that are actually putting that out there. So take
boots
that.
On the ground.
Yeah, take that. All right, now let's talk about the McHale schedule. I think a lot of people are kind of bummed about the McHale schedule because Kansas isn't there. I say turn that frown upside down. Here's the deal with what we got at McHale. First of all, Duke. Let's talk Duke. How cool is it that Duke is coming to McHale this year? And then we will get to the Big 12 stuff. As much as we want to play Kansas, we've got a lot of really good teams that we need to be excited for. That's you, Raul Mom. But check it out, Scheer. Duke, Arizona, that's going to be very, very, very scrumptious game. Very excited from that.
Yeah, on a Friday night, too.
Right.
And then the next day, I think Arizona has the TCU football game.
Yes, exactly. It's going to be
hot. That's a hot weekend. That Duke game's going to be fire. What is Duke this year? They top what?
Top 10.
10?
Yeah, for sure. You got Cooper Flag.
They got Proctor, Foster, Flag. They got the big high school center coming in.
Yes.
They added the white guy from Purdue.
I was going to say they got the Purdue white dude as well. So, See, but guys like Proctor don't really scare me, though, because, I mean, he's a really good facilitator, but he's a lot like DeJuan Harris. If he's not going to drop 30 and beat you. So
Look, I'm going to say it right now. Proctor sucks.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
His stock when he first came into college basketball was like one and done, top 10 pick. I don't even think he'd get drafted right now.
Yeah, I don't like Proctor. Get the NIL. Keep it if you're now you got Cooper Flag, which is going to be an interesting matchup for the U of A. Who's the U of A going to put on Cooper Flag?
Crevis, baby.
Dude, are you putting oh wow, yes. And yes, I would take Proctor over Boswell, but just because I think at least Proctor wants to try. But
it's gonna be Crevis. Well, no, Flag is gonna play the 3 for them.
Well, I was gonna say, or do you put KJ on him and just tell him to get real physical, throw some bows?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna put KJ on him. Yeah, I like it. So that's the first one. Now what's that?
That's a good question.
I think it is KJ Lewis, is it not?
Townsend?
No.
And then you put KJ because their 4 this year is that kid from Syracuse. He's 6'8", 220.
Yeah, I don't know. I would still put
it's Lewis. I think it's KJ.
I think we'd put KJ. And they put KJ on Deron Holmes. If you're going to put KJ on Deron Holmes, why aren't you going to put him on Cooper Flag?
Look at you. Look at us.
All right, now let's talk. Yeah, very, very good. Now let's talk about Let's talk about the other home games as well. Baylor, another awesome one, another top 10 team. I believe that Baylor is going to be better than Houston. Scheer says not so fast, my friend. But Baylor coming to McHale as well. This is another one. These are top 10 matchups. We need to be excited about these folks.
Yeah. I mean, their home schedule: Duke, Houston, Baylor. There's someone else in there that they get. I don't remember. It's awful.
Quit getting ahead of yourself on this show. That's the thing.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like the home schedule.
We'll break Baylor down first, then we will get
Baylor at home is good because Baylor away, their gym is super weird and really difficult to play in.
Right. So, but then you also after that, you've got Iowa State and Houston at McHale. These are 4 top 10 matchups, people. We need to be excited about it. You know what this is a lot better than having Cal and Stanford and Washington State come here.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
No, I know. 4 farts in a row.
Illinois fans somewhere are losing their mind.
Oh gosh, we're going to get back to that. We're going to get back to that at the end of the show. But overall, though, we got to remember where we were and where we came from and where we are. I mean, you and I were literally listen, every now and then we got to give ourselves some kudos. You and I were the driving forces to get Arizona into the Big 12. I got information. I passed it along to you, and you annihilated everybody. That's why Scheer is national, and that's why I'm sitting in my guest room. But either way, it was a teamwork effort right there. Scheer was the conduit. But with on a serious note, though, dude, can you imagine 2 things? First of all, how lame it would be to be getting ready for a Big 10 schedule right now. Rutgers. Who else? Rutgers, Penn State, Maryland, even Nebraska, Iowa.
Rutgers is going to be good this year.
I know Rutgers has 2 top 5 players. I know. Right.
I would kind of like Rutgers, but I get your point. Yes.
Right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, you would. You get my point. I would not want to say that. I have not said Wisconsin for a reason. I will not say that. Or the Pac-12, which would be just as lame because again, you'd have Oregon State, you have Washington State, you'd have Cal, you'd have Stanford. It's just gross. And like Brad Rich, Northwestern Del Taco Tommy. Brad Rich, the great Brad Rich, just said Big 10 basketball is like watching Iowa football versus Iowa football. Yuck, yuck, yuck. That's actually a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
All right. But either way, we need to be excited about these matchups. And that's for you again, Raul Mom. Be excited about these matchups.
Did you see this mock draft by ESPN today?
No, what do you got?
Krivas 14th. By the way, that's not true unless
there's no way that's true.
No, it is true. I'm talking about Zona Germany saying that Krivas got hurt. There's nothing on it about Twitter.
No, he's just saying. Let's see. I think he's making that. I think he's making that up. Yeah. I think he's being a jerk. Are you being a jerk, Zona Germany? We do not like that. You being a jerk.
But yeah, no. Krivas is 14th in the mock draft.
I mean, I like Krivas, man. I totally get it. And I get some of these Indiana putzes that keep coming at me and they're like, oh, you couldn't afford Umar Ballo. We very much like Umar Ballo, leader of men on this show, but I am not paying him $1.2 million when I've got Mount Krivas. I am very, very excited.
Top returning players in college. Number 1 is Krivas, right?
Right.
KJ Lewis is also there.
Where do they have KJ Lewis?
Let me see here. Mock draft. I got it. Mock draft. Krivas. No, I'm sorry. Carter was 14th. Yeah. Carter's 14th. Krivas is 19th. KJ Lewis is 27th.
All right, interesting. Elaine Tran says, why did Ballo leave Arizona? Because they didn't want to pay him $1.2 million. And they believe, and listen, we like Umar Ballo, leader of men, a great deal, but he's also, he is what he is, and he can't really, there's some pretty big limitations. Christopher says, should we expect a big year out of Krivas? This is what I've been saying, Scheer. I've been saying 10-6 this year. I do believe he comes back for another year, and I'm going to say that's when he really breaks out. I do not see him being a top 17 pick this coming year.
I mean, if he is, Arizona is really good, right?
If he is, for sure. He 1,000%. Arizona is in a really, really good spot. I think Ballo, Joseph put this very well when he said Ballo's numbers look better than the actual play, in my opinion. Ballo's very good. Don't want to say that. But Ballo, I agree with that. Ballo's impact was not 16 and 10. Can we agree with that, Scheer?
I won't say anything bad about Ballo.
Well, no, I'm bummed that I can't see him in my favorite Jamaican restaurant anymore.
That's fair.
So, but that's like I said, Brad Rich, the great Brad Rich says, love Ballo, but that's the right move. We tried that strategy. Unfortunately, yeah, I agree with that. Plus, not being able to make free throws really, that's a real problem at some point. It just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, look, I don't know. I like Paulo.
It's okay to criticize. Sure, he's a millionaire. You're not a millionaire.
You don't know that. Yeah. I mean, I think Paulo's numbers were realistic. I didn't think they were trash. I think the issue is that you can't bench a player during a game because he's only a one-way player. Like Paulo couldn't play against certain teams, and then when that happens, what are you gonna do? You know,
when that happens, it just becomes kind of a little bit. That always kind of gives a little bit of a a different perspective. But very excited about that. You got the McHale schedule. We got the Big 12 power rankings. We talked Pelle and Keeshad. And by the way, let's talk about ASU for a second. I have ASU about around 9 or 10. I actually don't think they're going to stink, but it's too bad for ASU that they're not still in the Pac-12 because they'd probably be third.
Yeah. I mean, it's just bad. It's just bad timing, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's just bad timing. But you know what? When you go to a subpar school, sometimes you can expect subpar results. Look at Jacob Franklin behind the scenes pretending like we're not talking about him right now. That's what you get, Jacob Franklin. By the way, Jacob Franklin said he was going to join the chat today. I do not have any indication that he's going to join it. All right. Now, Zona Germany says it is a tournament to prepare for the European Championship. Well, if it's a sprained ankle, I'm fine. But keep us up to date, though, on this.
I like how you want to answer the question, though. There's no tournament. Their next game is July 13th. So who are they playing right now?
So they're not playing anybody. Is he fibbing? Is his nose getting longer as we speak?
I'm just wondering what if I wanted to tune into YouTube, I'd be curious where I tuned in.
All right. Eric Alday just says, I tried to look Scheer and I see no game happening. LOL. Okay. All right. It is a preparation tournament. All right. Well, you know what? If you send us a link, if you've got it, but yes. All right.
I don't like liars. Keep this guy out.
Yeah. Now, Pacifico Light says, remember when Jacob Franklin thought ASU had a better receiving room than Arizona? I do remember that. So either way, take that for what it's worth. Now, before we get to some other stuff, we need to talk Arizona football here for a few minutes. Sure. Recruiting. What's going on? What's the latest? Who else can we expect to commit and back the A here very, very soon?
Gio Richardson is between Arizona and Kansas State. He'll be deciding soon. Wide receiver Isaiah Mizell is deciding July 6th. There's a bunch of guys that are getting ready to decide. So there's going to be plenty, hopefully some positive news in July, but there's also going to be.
Can we get Scheer right?
No, he's going to Nebraska. I don't think Arizona wants him.
Well, I was going to say, because I saw that he was going to Nebraska, but I was curious about that. Interesting. So Arizona doesn't really want him, huh?
I'm not sure how much that dude cares about football.
Right. Yeah.
I really like. If you look at his social media and stuff, he doesn't even mention football.
What is it? What is it? Just like women and stuff? Women and like
acting, LA, all that stuff.
Oh, so yeah, because when you're looking to get into acting, you're going to Nebraska. I mean, that is the place that you want to be. Oh, by the way, Zona Germany just posted it. Zona Germany calling you out, Jason Scheer, and you are welcome. Now with Gio Richardson, I like kid out of Phoenix, in-state kid, not super highly rated, but he's got a pretty good frame for football. I generally like what I see there, Scheer.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. Is it the Lithuania-France game? Is that what he's talking about?
Well, I would assume if that's what did you click on the link?
I don't know.
So to Germany, we very much appreciate you because we very much appreciate Scheer looking dumb. Conrad is playing in 20 minutes, by the way. Oh, Conrad. Yes.
Oh, well, I got to take my clothes off if Conrad's playing.
Yes, exactly. Yes. I clicked it and I see Krivas. Take that, Scheer.
No, I just couldn't find it. I asked who they're playing. I didn't say he was lying.
Yeah. All right. Well, either way, good stuff. You guys be nice to Totri.
Zona Germany, tell us what like minute mark did he get hurt so I could see it. I'm a doctor. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, and many people don't know that it is orthopedic doctor Jason Scheer.
Yeah. Okay. Kevin WN, speaking of people that don't care, whatever happened to the younger Flo brother? Wasn't he a 5-star? If you take away 4 stars, then yeah.
He was a 4-star. He was rated
Flo's brother?
What's his brother was, yeah.
He's terrible. I don't want to be mean.
I didn't say that he wasn't. I blame you guys for that. Blame 24/7. Don't hate the player, hate the game, man.
You had him at 4 stars.
You did have him at 4 stars. Absolutely.
I don't think Jonathan ever qualified, and the previous staff said he wasn't good enough. We had him as a 3-star, liar.
What did you have him ranked nationally? Don't lie.
We had him ranked, the composite had him as a 4-star.
Okay.
We had him as the 46th best linebacker in the country and a 3-star.
What was he rated nationally though? Like in your overall rankings?
I don't know, because it only says that for the composite.
Yeah, Dennis Walsh, the great Dennis Walsh, just taking a shot at Scheer. I don't like liars. I didn't say he was lying. Scheer, you did say he was lying.
1735 in.
Right. Don't appreciate being called a jerk and a liar. By the way, Zona Germany, I had your back. I had your back this entire time.
Oh my God, his leg fell off.
What? Zona Germany. No, we appreciate Zona Germany a great deal.
Yeah. I was just kidding. Yeah.
No, Scheer was actually kidding. Scheer, will you apologize to Zona Germany now? He is in every single. We like Zona Germany a great deal. Apologize to him.
I apologize, Zona Germany. I was just giving you crap.
Yes,
Erica, exactly. 1735 in, he's walking to shake hands with the ref.
Dude, at this point, you look really silly. Take the L, Scheer. Okay, now.
No, I'm just saying, Erica told me 1735 in. That's just not true.
Right, blame Erica. Now, Joseph says, here's my daily. Mike is going to be wrong on flow. Get ready for the My Bad Flow movement hashtag. The interesting My Bad Flow movement hashtag. What needs to happen? That's a great question. What needs to happen in order for there to be a My Bad Flow movement hashtag?
He needs to play.
Okay.
That's a good start.
Yes. Now, how does he play?
He'll never be like an instinctual linebacker, go out in space and all that. He needs to go get the quarterback. That's it.
Yes.
How many sacks do we need from Justin Flo to be like, you know what? We got it.
4.
That's it?
Did he have any last year?
No. I don't even think he played 4 snaps.
I don't think he had any. Hey, look who it is. It's our favorite friend, Totri. Hello, Totri. How are you doing, Totri?
I'm fantastic. What are we talking about today, guys?
We're talking. People were mentioning you earlier as are chickening out on playing pickleball.
Oh, I just saw the play.
Chickening out?
The great Rick Barron said that you would not play him in pickleball.
That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. I played pickleball for like 3.5 hours that day.
This is true.
I don't
This is
know.
Absolutely true. You can ask Michaela. You can ask Flex. You can ask your boy Damon Dog.
Look at the comments right here. Rick Barron says Totri did not want to play me.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't want to have to whoop that Wildcat ass. That's what that was.
Oh, so you're admitting you wouldn't play him.
I mean, it's neither here nor there. I did play pickleball.
But all right, so Totri, you did back away though. This is true.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. You know, I didn't want to beat him too bad.
Okay. By the way, real quick, Totri, people always ask me about this. You're standing resolute though on Jaden Rashada over Noah Fafita, correct?
As having higher potential?
No, just as you said, you'd rather have him. Yeah, for a college career, you'd rather have Jaden Rashada.
For a whole college career, yeah, probably Jaden Rashada. But if I gotta play a game tomorrow. If I got to coach a game tomorrow and I got to take a quarterback, I'm taking Fafita tomorrow.
But in a year, you're taking Jaden Rashada naturally.
Maybe a year and a half. You know, you never know. We'll see. Right. We'll see what Kirby can do with him.
All right, and then real quick, then we got to let the great Erica all day in. When will you? What do you have Arizona State finishing in the Big 12? Are you like Shane Diefenbach and you think that there could be in the top 6?
Are we talking football or are we talking basketball?
Oh, both. I would assume you have ASU in both in the top 6.
For basketball, I will go. Let's finish 9. I'm not going to go top 6. That's a little crazy. Football. I will go. I'll go 8. I'll go 8 for football.
And you're back in the A in both, though, correct?
I'm not backing the A any day of the week unless I lose a bet, which you still have that lovely clip.
All right, Totri. I will be seeing you. I will be seeing you shortly, my friend. You are dismissed. Shoo.
Sir. I've been dismissed.
Okay, now, so that's where we are. Basketball 9th. I think that's about right. Now, let's bring in the great Erica L. Day. Erica L. Day.
It really is about time.
Okay, Erica. Like, I need to. There's a person that posts on YouTube. First of all, our numbers go up when Erica L. Day comes in here, but you also need to remember this. Scheer and I generally go for 45 minutes. The great Erica L. Day comes in at about the 45-minute mark. This is extra content. We are taking away nothing. We are building the brand of a future national icon. Scheer, this is true, and this is true for Erica L. Day.
It is very true. I'm trying to find this Grievous injury, but yes,
I'm watching it on double speed right now, Scheer.
What happened? So what happened? Fill me in on Grievous.
He twisted his ankle on tip. Yeah, nothing.
The first injury is nothing. I'm trying to find the second injury.
Where are you in the watching process, Scheer?
Halftime.
Oh, hey, great question. In the meantime, Andre Veras says, Erica, has Scheer paid you yet?
He pays me all the time.
Oh, but he wasn't, though. So that's very, very good. Okay. All right. Now, a lot of people are mad at you for slandering people like Scheer. What is your problem with bald people?
First of all, Scheer isn't actually even bald. I can see the hair on his head right now.
That's bald.
No. She's right. Bald. When she means bald, she means like
bald.
If I were to put a Twitter poll out and say is Scheer bald, it would be like 99-1.
Oh, of course it would.
Scheer, you don't shine your head. Or you don't like shine your head, do you?
No.
So then you're not bald.
So you're not bald. Okay.
I'm going bald, but I'm not bald.
All right, Erica L. Day, what is your problem with bald men, though?
Why would I want a bald man when I could have a man with hair?
Jason, how about Jason Statham?
Scheer, Mike, you have a really healthy head of hair. Why are you so pro bald?
What about The Rock?
No, I just don't understand why it's you're being mean to our friend Jason Scheer. That's all.
Well, but no, I was actually just giggling because Brian Jefferson. I'm so sorry, everyone.
Mr. Jefferson.
Oh, see, guys, I literally just read the names 10 minutes ago. Yeah, it's so bad.
All right, now what is the he's looking out for his fellow men? Now, who is a male sex symbol that is bald? There has to be one out there.
The Rock.
Scheer's right. The Rock is the only one.
How about Michael Jordan?
He's not a sex symbol.
Charles Barkley. There's one. That's
a good one.
Charles Barkley?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. I love Brian Jefferson.
I really just don't care about the men in general is really what my comment said. It wasn't really about bald men. It was just the men in general.
Okay. Scheer is the Jason Statham of Wildcat Authority. I think, Samuel L. Jackson.
No, that's the right one. That's the best answer, Jacob. That is the answer.
Samuel L. Jackson, more so than Charles Barkley. Oh, Vin Diesel. What about Vin Diesel?
You know what? All of these are valid.
Right.
And I also will help Rick with his argument that he would absolutely own Totri and pickleball. I would just like to help him set that record straight also.
Yes. Totri supposedly was backing down in pickleball. So
I can't believe this.
Right. Yes. All right. Now, Erica L. Day, what is going on? You have big Merc news. The Caitlin Clark train comes into the station.
Yes. Today is first game day. First of 3 game days in 4 days. Oh my goodness, if I can get that out of my mouth. Start with the Sparks tonight. It's going to be fun. They're missing a lot of people, but if you're a Wildcat fan, Ari McDonald is starting at guard for the Sparks. So if you find yourself in Phoenix with nothing to do tonight, then bring your ass on down there. What's wrong?
I thought she was on the Atlanta team.
She got traded in the summer or in the winter. Yeah.
Was this like a mid-season trade, I guess?
No. The W doesn't really do that it's very seldom that they do mid-season trades.
Oh, a quick question. Kevin WN, Scheer, one more. I love how everyone calls him Scheer now. That's so good. Scheer, one more thing. Is Fafita at the Manning Passing Academy?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think he is. I haven't heard it, but I don't know. All right, now, Caitlin Clark. I am trying to do good work for you here, Eric L. Day. Every single show. By the way, you're up to almost 1.7 thousand views on your last Merc show. Salute emoji, tip of the cap, virtual handshake. But you need to talk about Caitlin Clark every single episode, even if it's just for 5 minutes. It has to be in there. Scheer, we've never seen a phenomenon like this. I called Erica L. Day yesterday, and I told her she needs to talk about Caitlin Clark. We agree.
Yeah, I would talk about Caitlin Clark every episode. Caitlin
My
Clark
go up when we talk
MNBA, numbers, people flock.
Yes. You just said MNBA, by the way. Erica, will you do this, though?
I will, yes.
Okay. Now, are you excited to see her in person, though, for the first as a member of the media?
I am. And, you know, I was just thinking about it. I don't think I would have been put in this position if I was a credentialed college media member last year, considering she was in the Big Ten and how boring was the Big Ten last year. So, yeah. So I'm excited. I'm really amped up for the crowd. It's going to be fun to watch the old goat and the new goat go at it.
Now, Scheer, are you going to be going to this game with your lovely family? I think you said that you wanted to spend $800 on tickets, correct?
Yeah, I tweeted something about it being expensive, and then like some WNBA person went after me.
Oh,
I don't like WNBA.
I just want to put it. No, and we're not going there. 10-foot pole, you guys. I always tell them to be very gentle and kind with the W fans, and they never listen.
Yeah.
Well,
you.
I have the right to an opinion without just being attacked for it.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, you do have rights to an opinion. Yes, yeah.
One guy asked me, he said, where does Bronny have a better chance of playing, in the MNBA or the WNBA? What do we say?
Oh, come on.
That's not
well, the W is exclusionary.
Yeah, the W is exclusionary. There are a bunch of haters in the W. Is this fair?
Ooh.
Okay. Now, Joseph. Oh, Joseph, you want to? This is very good. Joseph just says the WNBA crowd has been the most unwelcoming sports group I think I've ever seen. Is this true?
That is true.
That is true. It doesn't seem like they want new fans, Erica LD. I will say that.
I will say that the women's basketball community in general is a lot different than most sports fandoms, in a sense that it is constantly politically correct. And so it is definitely hard to fight your way into if you are new to the bunch.
Interesting. All right. Adios. See you, Dan. Appreciate you.
Bye, Dan.
See you next show. Appreciate you, though, dude. Now, let's see here. WNBA, that is a very, very good point, though. This is not actually a welcoming group. Do they know that if we watch, they can get more money? Or is
I think they're figuring it out, but it's a slow learning curve. It's a slow learning curve.
Scheer, you made a great point. Now, your daughter is very much into the MNBA.
Brielle is, yeah.
Now Aurora, not so much.
Not really.
Not really. She's not.
Aurora doesn't really.
Scheer hasn't let me hang out with Aurora yet, so that's why she's not invested in the girlies hoops yet.
Oh, yeah. Dennis Walsh, the great Dennis Walsh, says they don't welcome Clark either. We are in good company. Do you think there'll ever be a point when the women in the W do like Caitlin Clark, or is that always going to be something where she has to stand in the corner?
Yeah, and I actually think you guys are going to be shocked. So this weekend, Diana Taurasi and Caitlin Clark are going to be going at it, and it's going to be on ESPN. And I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. Obviously, Diana's going to try to give her, it's inevitable. There's going to be a welcome to the league moment in the game. It's just inevitable. But at the same time, I think you guys are going to be shocked at the level of respect that they likely show one another before and after the game.
Wow. So you think they're going to go a little bit old-fashioned. I get it.
I do, yeah.
Rick Barrett says Clark just needs to play in the MNBA. That would be very, very fascinating.
You know, I am so glad, though, that we've got the MNBA movement started on the Wildcat show.
I had no clue that's a thing. So that's all right. Now, Erica Alday, where can they find you doing your stuff? Because again, this is going to be a very impactful weekend for Erica Alday. And Monday, you are going to be having a show, correct?
No, Mike. My show will be Tuesday. There's another Mercury game on Monday. So actually next week is going to be a very interesting week just with the 4th of July and a Monday game. So I will be seeing you guys on Tuesday. But tonight you can follow along with this weekend's Mercury coverage at PHNX_Mercury on Twitter or my personal at Erica Lee Day.
Yes. Follow PHNX Mercury_Mercury. We need to get to 1,100 by the end of the day. We are assigning all of you this.
You guys have one job.
Yes. And one other time, again, I'm going to say this again. We have, oh gosh, I'm not even touching that one, John. We like Erica Alday a great deal on this show. We are going to continue to have Erica Alday on this show. Again, it does not take away from U of A basketball coverage because we go 45 minutes either way. This is in addition to, not in lieu of, We very much like Erica all day. Plus, when she becomes a millionaire, I expect a few of those dollars, some of those pesos back this way. That is where we are at. But all right, Erica, you will be on Tuesday. By the way, Erica and I are going to the casino next Friday.
If you guys have been here since I first started working for Wildcat Authority, you know that I love the casino. So I'm very excited.
I'm very excited as well. Maybe even Scheer will show up, press the flesh a little bit, kiss the babies. What do you say?
Yes, I found the injury.
Oh,
what
okay.
timestamp is it at?
Where is this?
It is 129.
Interesting.
No, hold on. 128. Just start watching at like 128.
I'm watching at 136 and he's still in the game.
He came back in after he walked off the court.
Looks like it.
All right.
136. Okay. I'm going to find this and I'm going to tweet it out for everyone.
Agreed. More Erica. Yeah, more Erica.
Thank you, Zona Germany.
Yes. Now, we will say this. What casino are we going to?
Del Sol, duh.
Yeah, Del Sol, duh. Okay. So, all right. Now, Scheer, where can they find you doing your work, by the way?
WildcatAuthority.com, Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby at Jason Scheer on Twitter.
Twitter. Oh,
Twitter.
Sounds terrible. All right. Well, you can find me on Twitter, and TikTok. This weekend, I will have a TikTok.
Oh, no.
Yep. Eric L. Day told me, and guess where my first one's going to be? Circle K. Circle K.
He's going to do a fit check from the Circle K.
And
do one of those TikToks where like you eat buffalo spot and then it cuts to you on the toilet.
Ooh, maybe I will do that. I don't know, but I will do that though. I'm not opposed to this though. Brian Blackmore, more football next week. Yes, we have your word. The great Brian Blackmore. All right, but I'm going to have my smelly, rainy Seattle show. Oh, real quick. We don't do politics on this show, but there was a smelly, rainy Seattle reference in the debate last night. Very exciting. I laughed a great deal at smelly, rainy Seattle. It is national.
Smelly, rainy Seattle has gone presidential.
It has. Let's see Dennis Walsh says he has 7,500 followers on his TikTok. Oh, wow. That's 7,500 more than I have. But on that note, for the great Erica L. Day, Jason Scheer, we have, Jacob Franklin behind the scenes coming in, lying to us. Jacob, hold on. We're going to add him real quick just to say goodbye for the weekend. Adding Jacob Franklin in now. Hold on. Jacob Franklin. Let's see here. Hold on. Oh, look at that. Jacob Franklin, what are you doing with your weekend?
Working.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You probably won't hear from me this weekend, though, Jacob Franklin.
Lovely. Be nice and quiet.
Oh.
I'll hear from you.
Yeah, I can't relate to that at all.
Yeah. Jacob Franklin, I am giving you the weekend off.
I mean, I am not giving myself the weekend off.
Yes, well, for me, the precocious Jacob Franklin. I really like precocious with Jacob Franklin. Especially if I'm already...
Hang on. You said I didn't join the chat today. You lied. I actually did. I just didn't have my camera on. I did.
Oh, that's crap. That doesn't count.
It does.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
All right. Now, where can they find Jacob needs a break from Mike? Now, Jacob Franklin,
Mike,
where can they...
In early August, can I do a full show with you? I'll sign up to a full show with you right now in early August.
Whoa.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Jacob, you schedule the stuff, so just put it on the calendar.
Now, yes, Jacob. And I'm going to be doing some of the shows from Tahoe. We're hanging out in the slums for a couple of weeks, but I got to go ahead and do the show from there as well. I might get a little bit of a portable thing that goes with it. Yeah. How about that, Jacob Franklin?
Do what you need to do, Mike.
All right. Brad Rich just says,
Shelby's in the chat. Oh,
yeah, no. Shelby's in the chat on Twitter. Hey, can we do something about this, by the way? Because the people that watch on Twitter now, I do not get YouTube credit views for those. I do not like that. We have to be able to do some of.
Jacob's like, what would you like me to do?
There's Erica, did you see what I sent you?
What?
No. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
The exact timestamp that he gets hurt. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look major, to be honest.
All right. Well, either way. All right, everybody. Jacob.
I'm going to say that Krivas is okay, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, it really doesn't look. It looks like he twists his leg the wrong way a little bit, And he kind of walks off the court frustrated.
He's back in the game 3 minutes later because I was watching on double speed and it had gone past that time and I didn't even realize he had been injured for the second time.
Oh, Christopher says it's easier for me to watch on Twitter. This is not happening. Jacob Franklin, this does not help me. People watching on Twitter, I get no credit for this. Jacob Franklin.
Yeah. If you're on Twitter, watch on YouTube because it's more fun.
Yes, we get more credit. All right. Yeah. Christopher says you will watch on Twitter. I probably should have said watch me on Twitter, not on there, because go against what I say. All right. But on that note, for the precocious Jacob Franklin, the venerable Jason Scheer, the great Erica L. Day, I am merely Mike Luke. More football next week. We promise. You have been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.